Hi, this is Linda with BariatricTV.com. I'm here with Dr. Gus Slotman. He did a research paper on siblings and parents and basically family members who have surgery. Tell us a little bit about your research and your findings.
Well, we looked at 91 patients in my surgical practice who had gastric bypass, and they represented 41 families, among whom 2 or more family members had gastric bypass, not necessarily at the same time, but certainly within the same 6 months to a year time. So we had a history of multiple family members in each family having had the procedure.
And what did you find as far as those family members? Were they more apt to follow the program and be successful as opposed to perfect strangers, or?
Well, what we did is we then case matched within our own practice 91 patients, matched individually by age and by sex and by body mass index, and then compared. And the family group lost at 1 year 77% of the excess weight, so 77% of the amount that they were overweight in the first year, compared to only 60%, which is about the average gastric bypass for the control group. So it was higher than average lost among people who had multiple members of their families have gastric bypass.
Were these family members that lived together, or were they in separate dwellings?
They were both.
Okay.
They were both. I mean, I have a pair of adult sisters in their 40s, both married, and we have families where they are living in the same house. It varies. They're all at least in the same area where they interact. They see each other socially on a regular basis, and obviously they were close enough to come to the same office for the same surgery.
So personally, do you think it was a case of these family members supporting each other, or do you think it was a little bit of competition?
You know, I'm an only child, so my mother brought me up to be the perfect child. That's what she tells people. But you know, I didn't have the sibling competition. I was always sharing, you know, had to be supportive and stuff. And when I saw that the one group, which was our 20 sets of siblings, lost 86% of the excess weight in the first year, compared to 60% for the individual people, I said, huh, that's got to be just you know, them helping each other. And then everybody who has siblings says, oh no, that's competition.
It's rivalry, baby.
Which made me now realize that there are, especially younger people in their 20s and 30s, I've had several sibling pairs come in, and if the one who was doing better in weight loss was not the one having the doctor's visit, the one who was the thinnest would interrupt frequently saying, well, Dr. Slotman, don't I look good? You know, it's not your office visit, but I mean, realize there are probably within those siblings a lot of competition.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about your study, maybe that some of our viewers might find interesting?
The other thing, and it's hard to separate this from the families, but the family grouping had a significantly higher rate of coming back to the office, at least through 1 year. And in our office, at least, that's where we do most of our nutritional counseling. That's where I, most of the time, tell patients that you got to eat 2-ounce portions 8 times a day of meat, fish, chicken, vegetables, fruit, dairy products, and eggs, and no sweets, with no bread, potatoes, rice, pasta, noodles, pizza crust, pretzels, cheese doodles, chips, crackers, popcorn, waffles, pancakes, or cereals.
E-I-E-I-O.
And since the group from the families came more often to hear that lecture and lost more weight, one wonders separately whether or not persistent follow-up, just as going to support groups also, is related to excess weight loss. That was another important thing I think that we learned.
Well, I think that's a lot of great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. It's nice being here.
No cheese doodles?
Cheese doodles?